Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another LEGO build. Today we are going to be overhauling the LEGO city. So essentially, I talked a little bit in my last video of the overview of this. The Winter Village is going to be moving to the upper portion of the city, and then I'm going to start MILS plating. So essentially, if you're not familiar, MILS plating is a really popular strategy that a lot of creators use for their LEGO buildings, specifically like modular sets. So this is a classic base plate. It's obviously very thin. This is a MILS plate. So not only is it a lot thicker, it's a lot more sturdy. And actually, where's the front portion of this? There we go. It's a lot more sturdy, a lot bigger base, a lot better for customization as well. But I mean, even just like, there's not a lot of depth here. With this, you can create a huge sidewalk, a great platform. It's also a really good time to customize any buildings as well. Essentially, the way a MILS plate works is, and you can do this more than one way. I'm by far and away not doing it probably the best way in the world, but it's just the way I'm kind of doing it. You're going to need a lot of 2x2s, and basically any size or color for the actual plates up top that you need. I am using these 2x8s just because I ended up buying like a lot of them. I happen to just find a seller that I usually go to, and he happens to just have a ton. I'm doing all of these in light gray for now. However, what's really cool, if you want to keep green in the back, if you want to have a little backyard, anything like that, that's cool. Just take one of these off in the future and you're perfect. Just switch it out with a green plate and you're good. For me, and yes, I studied a lot of Brixie videos before this. For me, I am using little 1x2s, and actually I guess I should have kept that off. I'm using these 1x2s to match the top, and the reason I'm doing that is that my city just doesn't have the depth to make my roads MILS plated. I am going to be doing, goodbye bicyclists, probably these little 16x32 plates on the bottom, just to make them a little bit more sturdy. But I don't have the space to put a road here and then have a huge sidewalk on both. I just don't. In our current place, with my current setup, I just don't have the space for that. But this way, I at least am going to have a lot more customization ability rather than this. Not only that, this project is obviously not going to take one day. This is going to be a long project. This is going to take me a while. I probably will not finish it, but I'm going for the overall, just like huge overhaul of the city. And you know what? This is as good a time as any to actually remove and say goodbye to the Winter Village as it moves up top towards the smaller area of the city. And then eventually, we will be starting the beach project as well. And I'm hopefully going to be MILS plating that entire area too. I'm thinking about doing some raised platforms for like water. We'll see how that all works. I'm still not 100% sold on buildings along the back or along the side like I was traditionally going to do. I would love a little rock walkway to the lighthouse, but again, we'll get there when we get there. Today is primarily about the MILS plate, but essentially what you do, you have 2x2s. Every couple bricks. It depends on the size that you use. So obviously I go every 2 and then leave a gap of 5 bricks right in between. And that's just how it works for me. All of mine are the same size. Keep that in mind if you're mixing and matching. And I actually just off of eBay, I've got 200 more of these plates in random sizes for like $10. So thankfully you can do all of that. The color up here obviously matters. The color in here, however, does not. The only reason I'm using these is because I have a lot of dark gray. I have a ton of just different random colors coming as well. But the reason I'm doing this is so that there's a sidewalk gap between the road color and the actual MILS plate. So when these are going to be next to each other, the road gap is obviously going to have some leeway. That is just going to be for the actual curb, the actual sidewalk, whatever you would like to call that. And then maybe I'll add some like sewer drain details down here, something like that. But that's the only reason I'm actually doing these little 1x2s. If this was the same height, you wouldn't really need that. For me, I just want the color to be exactly matching. I want it to be flush. I want it to be good to go. And even then, I'm not going to waste more of these than I have to. If I'm not going to see the corners, like these will be street view right here. This side, it'll be connected to another MILS plate. I don't care if it matches or not. So you can get creative. Again, don't be picky. If you have spare pieces, you can use them. All you want is a nice sturdy center, and you can be able to stand on that as a person, and it's not going to go anywhere. On the bottom is going to be just your classic base plate. You can do this in any base plate size. You can do halves. So like right here is a 16 by 32. Here's the 32, 16 by 32, 32 by 32, and of course the giant ones are 48 by 48. You can do whatever you want. You can build this however you like. One thing that most people do, and I will make you aware of, right here, you obviously have these bricks with the Technic slots in them. Technically, you should remove this one and do a Technic brick here. Most likely a 1x3. You can get away with a 1x2, so that you can link all of these modular buildings together. I'm not going to do that. Since I'm working with slightly limited space, if I want to get any of these out of here, this table does not move. Until I move from this place, this table is staying. So I actually don't mind to lock in. This is sturdy. They're not going anywhere. Nothing is going to get knocked down. Nothing is interfered. I want to be able to slide them out and not have them be stuck together, because when I added the Avengers Tower in, I ended up removing the pins between almost all of that, just because I had to slide everything down, tear it apart, and I had to do a lot more work. I like the idea that they can all latch together, but since mine has essentially no movement and no risk of really falling, I'm not worried about it. But that is essentially how you make a MILS plate. I think I have half of my Bricklink order. These are like 2 of 30 bags. There's a bunch up above. I just installed a monitor, so sorry if that's in the way. But this random pole is a giant monitor stand so that I can actually like have a full view for the camera shot and not have it actually be in the way. But yeah, so this is going to be a really exciting project. I'm also going to be just adding in that new sidewalk. I'm actually going from dark gray around to light gray for everything. Everything's going to be uniform. What I might actually do is, you have buildings like the bookshop and even the pet store that have those like diamond patterns. Everything has something unique, but with a lot of the buildings, you don't have that. So I definitely think some sidewalk work could be needed. I don't know what buildings are going to be going down here yet. Of course, I have the little firehouse. I have this. I have these 2.5 to 3 modulars right here. I want to play around with it, but I definitely wanted to get this video started now. Not 100% sure how long this is going to take. MILS plates are expensive. If you don't have these parts just sitting around, yes, it is a slightly tedious job, but I'm more than happy to do it and start transitioning in, because it looks so much better from that to that. But yeah, so let's say goodbye to the Winter Village for now. Again, it's just moving up top right next to the Haunted District. But in the future, it is most likely going to probably be retired out. If I have too many buildings that I can't fit, I'm not sure yet. And then look forward to the beach project getting MILS plated eventually soon. So yeah, let's do some work off camera and see what we're looking at, guys. Alright everybody, so here is the final look at the first portion of the MILS plate upgrades. As you can see, everything from 12 Grimald Place to where the Winter Village used to be is completely overhauled, and I love it. I mean, that depth difference is just awesome. And for some context, you can see the obvious depth difference from the old style to the new. Now, I decided to break this up into more than one video, primarily being this took a lot more time, resources, and money than I honestly expected it to, so I do want to kind of give my city a break a little bit and just start working on some side projects as well. While doing this project alone, I think this took quite a few weeks, and I got done like 4 regular sets in my backlog and got those spread throughout the actual schedule, so that'll be pretty cool. But it looks fantastic. In terms of any of these smaller pieces, these tile bricks here, they are just to hold everything together while I move everything back and forth, because it was a little bit tough to actually get everything moved in. And good news, one of the reasons I wanted to move this along, this base plate and a half right here, the minute this video is done recording, is going to have a brand new awesome modular setup on top of it. So very, very excited for that. I decided not to touch the back row for now. The main reason being, not only did I want to not start that project just yet, after this modular, the next one is going to be the Sanctum Sanctorum. I'm going to rip that police station out, put a modularized Sanctum Sanctorum back there, and then completely MILS plate it done, done, done. Don't have to worry about anything else. Then that police station is going to come up, and as of now, go right here next to this little place, which originally belonged to the pet shop. That is generally the next goal. Redo all of that, along with the road. I have a road along this side now. I actually moved it from over here and allowed for 2 more 16 by 32 or half base plates there, and just made a little bit, like, yes, it's awkward inside there, it happens, but that is a whole nother side road. No more cutting pieces, and it just kind of works. I also did finish up most of the roads by adding those 1x4 dark gray tiles to the sides of the roads themselves. That way that they're just completely sealed in. But other than that, I did not change really anything in that back line, aside from maybe picking up a couple minifigures, moving some bricks and some stuff like that. Nothing other than that was really touched. I did find a Judge minifigure, threw him in the town hall for now, which I don't know is going to be staying. And then, of course, I did start the sidewalk, started adding some minifigures. My Bricklink order actually just got here today, finished up the last couple MILS plates, and then decided to just kind of wait until my next batch comes in. I did order about 500 or so pieces to start working on this project as well. So look forward to the beach coming soon. Very excited for that. I think I have some pretty cool stuff in mind for that. Once this modular setup is gone, or done at least, that'll be a straight walkway through, and the sidewalk will actually match. Obviously, it looks a little discombobulated now, the main reason being, I'm not going to just tile this off for like a month or two. Yeah, it'll look better than probably just empty studs, but at the same time, seeing the empty studs is going to make me want to fill it up even more, so I definitely think that's pretty cool. I did fix up the top of the bookstore. I'm waiting on my pieces yet to fix up Arthur's pet shop here, and obviously I moved the back building just on that little one or that little half base plate row. The modular going here, this is obviously a spoiler if you're watching this before that video, it is a base plate and a half. There's only really 2 of those, and it's not the museum, so you know the very big project that's likely coming. There's also some smaller stuff, like I just didn't have the green base plates for this. They're in the mail. Well, not in the mail, but like they'll be here very shortly. So I can actually do the little backyard for here, and then the little hot dog vendor is right behind this unit. Right in here, I did not have triangular dark gray to actually switch that up, so I just stuck with the light gray for now. It's not my favorite, it's not perfect, but it's also not going to be permanent either. So just little stuff like that. I also went through, fixed a lot of just like adjacent bricks and stuff that was falling over and just needed a general cleaning. For 12 Grimwall Place, I actually removed 12 in the middle, just extended it backwards a little bit, added a little Daily Bugle newsstand right next to it, and again, once you know what, it's Assembly Square. There, no more hinting. I know I was going to say it one of these times. Once Assembly Square is here and I finish that sidewalk, then I'm going to rope it all the way around. This MILS plate is the challenging one of the group. It is customized to hold that little table leg in the middle, so it's actually hollowed out, which is pretty cool. Overall, I love it. I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks a whole lot better. And you know what? It was a really cool project. I'm really excited that it's obviously not done, but that this entire half of this city is essentially finished in terms of the MILS plates, and I think it looks great. Really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks awesome. And it wasn't the hardest project in the world. Obviously, there's not a lot of huge customization with them just yet, but it does allow for a lot more in the future. And then don't worry, the Winter City is right up top with the good old haunted district as well, and the shops in the back. There's a quick peek at some of the collectibles over there. Good old Transformers way. But yeah, guys, that's just gonna about do it for this project. Thank you so much for joining me for my first big MILS overhaul, and you know, look forward to the future when a lot of these big boys in the back go not only to MILS plate but get some really cool upgrades as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another build. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you can. Helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you next time. Happy building, folks.